And now our main story this week. On Wednesday, 26th October and Thursday, 27th October, the New Media, Citizens and Governance Conference held in Abuja. The conference became especially popular when Bashir Ahmed, the president's advisor on new media, and Subomi Plumter, a business and IT consultant, pulled out of the event because they did not want to be on the same panel as Nigerian male Barbie, the sensational Bobrisky. The organizers, however, didn't seem to mind. Take a look at Gbenga Sheson's tweet. He says, withdrawal of Alda and the president's PA from NMCG 2016 Engagement Unusual panel demonstrates why we need to have unusual conversation. Of course, the panel was reconstituted. This was the poster for the Engagement Unusual as the session was dubbed before Ahmed and Plumter pulled out. The new panel had Frank Donga, Editi Efyong, and Sitawa Wafula. Trust Twitter Nation to share their thoughts on Bobrisky on the panel. Take a look at this conversation between @Folusho and @RM Ajayi. @RM Ajayi says EIE panel design was flawed, and then she says Risky qualifies to be on panels talking about his Snapchat success. If we scroll down, we see that she mentions @Folusho and says, but now that the unusual engagement panel has been redesigned, I believe Bobrisky is a great fit. And then @Folusho mentions her and says, as long as nobody is making us believe it's about governance and citizen engagement, then it is perfect. @RM Ajayi ends the conversation saying, I understand your concerns. Hopefully, lessons have been learned. Take a look at Dami Oyedele's tweet. She says, I am not Bobrisky's fan, neither is he mine. Whatevs. But has he or hasn't he gained millions of followers through unconventional means? Later on, she says, we need to humble ourselves and realize that we all can learn something from anyone, anywhere, even people we fundamentally disagree with, especially people we disagree with. Well, of course, not everybody was on Bobrisky's side. At the Vixen Pixie tweets, Bobrisky knows nothing about digital strategy, new media buying and solutions, IT, ICT, UX, UI, and all the layers that new media has. Take a look at some of the replies she got to her tweet. @RM Ajayi says, around the world, ordinary people using social media tools successfully are invited to share their stories. Risky should. But then, @her_amazing replies saying, ordinary people using social media constructively. And then Adekunle replies at the Vixen Pixie, but a CEO of a digital firm says he does, isn't it? And then he tags @Editi Efyong. Editi was the moderator of that panel. While on his way to Abuja, he tweeted, the most popular dude on our flight is a certain Bobrisky in business class. Everyone is talking about him. And then he says, by the way, while we were chatting with Bobrisky, the airport staff came to invite him to the lounge. He politely declined. Now take a look at the replies to that tweet. @Miss_Jailer says, he comes across as polite and pleasant. But then @it_Ayo1 says, LOL, make una no dey lie. All the times I saw Bobrisky in school, he was always fighting. While some of us were really looking forward to the Engagement Unusual session because of Bobrisky, we enjoyed the panel also because of Frank Donga and Sitawa Wafula. In @PD Braid's words, hashtag NMCG 2016, Engagement Unusual, Frank Donga gives serious. The funny still breaks out every 5 minutes. Yeah, that kind of sums up what Frank Donga was like. One of my favorite moments had to be when Frank Donga went on talking about how he wanted to make agriculture look fly.
Agriculture, I studied agriculture for my first and second degrees. Second degree was a master's in genetics. I am passionate about food production. I'm passionate about agriculture. Honestly, I would do the same thing that the West is doing with social media in terms of entertainment. Kim Kardashian came out, started taking selfies, other people started taking selfies, all of a sudden selfies are cool. Everybody wanted a selfie stick. People invented something called a selfie stick. 20 years ago, if you mention that word, people will look at you funny. Yeezy, Kanye West, came out with clothing that's not exactly like what we're wearing right now. All of a sudden, that's kind of become cool to some people. Yeah, look, social media is hot. It's engaging for young people. I have the statistics somewhere in the middle of my head from working on the field in agriculture that about 60 to 80% of the food we eat in Nigeria is produced by only about 20% of the population. And that disparity is going to grow larger over the years because less and less younger people are coming to agriculture. Food insecurity is looming. Dangote has said it, United Nations has said it. We need to be very careful. Oil is what we're hammering on. What I would do is make agriculture look cool. The Louis said sexy. You know? Make agriculture look, go to the US. Toyota Tundra and all these heavy trucks that are looking half like utility vehicles, half like luxury vehicles are used by the farmers. Go to orange farms in California. Those guys that, you see an American farmer, they look cool. You want to be a Texan, you want to have a ranch, you know what I'm saying? Make it look tight. So that when you see the best guys riding the best, you make agriculture look fly.
Sitawa Wafula writes and speaks about mental health in Africa and has spent the last 14 years on a recovery journey after a dual diagnosis of epilepsy and bipolar. The moderator of the panel, Editi, decided to share a video of Sitawa's that left the hall emotionally charged. It was a poem titled A Little More that told the story of a rape victim turned prostitute. You should watch it.
To offer a little more.
It was pretty interesting when she got on the floor while discussing how to take care of someone experiencing an epileptic seizure.
Position, the hand goes under the head as a rest, and then you fold. So this leg is folded and one leg is like that. So that's recovery position, which is also called fetal position.
And oh, just a bit more of Bobrisky. As Papa Donkey tweets, Bobrisky is surprisingly deep, wants to use his fame to make society better. Well, he did say he donated to Mayowa's campaign and would continue to give charity.
On the level they are not meant to be here, but I decide I want to be here because I want to be here. In the sense that, you know, don't just be Bobrisky. Don't just drive car. Don't just, like something happened 2 months ago. A lady, Mayowa, was admitted at the hospital for cancer. They called the Nigerians to participate in sending some money to assist her. And some of my fans were like, tagging Bobrisky, we know you as a nice person. Go and see this girl. I actually went to look to see her, and I was happy that, okay, what do you want? And she told me, that people are giving her money. I gave her what I have. I offer, like what I'm supposed to share. And so on and so on. Even a lady, she works for this NGO. She said, Bobrisky, don't let people see you as Bobrisky that do nonsense on Snapchat. Let people see you as Bobrisky that probably he wants to impart some things like society. Bobrisky did this, Bobrisky did that. So I've been trying to learn how to do that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Now, while Femi Falodun and Editi Effiong were the business guys, you know, the ones really into the IT and new media business, Frank Donga, Sitawa and Bobrisky were really the ones using new media unconventionally. The one thing all three admitted was that they started their journey of success by accident.
So, I decided to do that, and couple the fact that when I was working with my friends, I would say things and they would literally laugh out loud and roll on the floor. And I kept saying, look, we should record one of these things one of these days, and that's how basically it started, almost accidentally. But then I kept sending out the message, I didn't stop, and it became a thing.
Yes.